Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from holsingersflyshop.com. Bringing you another fly tying video. This one's one that I've done a very similar one or two videos on before, but using some different products, new products to the shop, and just different products in general. I'm going to tie a jig. This is very similar to a Euro jig, but I'm tying it with a different material. I'm using some Semperfli products. This is Straggle String. We sell these in the multi-card. We don't sell them separate colors, but we got a couple different options to choose from. And this one here is the Natural Collection, which has a lot of your olives and browns and stuff, which is really nice. The one I'm using is the Steelhead Collection. You see it's a lot of bright colors. And the other one is the multi-card, which has a little bit of a mix of both. So that one's a really good choice too. And it'll have the pink that I'm using in this video on it if you go with the multi-card. But anyhow, guys, very simple pattern to tie. And the other thing that I'm changing out is instead of a marabou tail, I'm using a foxtail. I really like the natural foxtail because it has a lot of motion in the water. There's a lot of fluttering around of the fibers on it. And I really like that action it gives. So I've been fishing it this way here now and having some success with it. So here it is. I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get into tying it. You're going to see the fly in the vise and then the material is to tie it. Okay, here you see the fly in the vise. Real simple fly and similar to other ones I tied, but with some different materials. So let's get into tying it. For the hook I'm putting in the vise here, it's one of our Holsinger's Fly Shop jig hooks. This one's a size 10. You can tie it smaller, especially with this material. And the bead is a 3.8 millimeter slotted tungsten bead. And for thread, I'm using 12-aught nano silk in pink. Now I'm just going to pinch this bead up here tight and put a good many wraps. Now, the nano silk, the thing I like about it is it's really thin, which allows you to keep your flies thin. But the thing that I don't like about it is you really have to build up a lot to hold a bead in place. But that's just a little pet peeve that you get over. So we're going to start that on there. We're going to bring our thread back to the bend of the hook. Next thing I'm going to put on is some Arctic fox fur. This is Arctic fox tail in pink. As always, guys, switch up your colors. This is just what I'm using. I want to tie some pink ones for stockies, early season stockies. And that one's pretty good. Good amount there. A little bit of fluff I'm going to pull out. And that's about how I want it. So I want this to be slightly longer than the length of the hook. So I'm just going to measure it up there. Put it on. That's way too long, so we're just going to pull it short and get it to the length we want it. There we go. And then I'm going to wrap it just slightly around the bend. And by going around the bend a little bit, it will help it from turning under your hook while you're fishing. So we're going to trim that off and cover it all up here. Now the thing I like about it, and the reason I switched to Arctic fox fur, is there's a ton of movement in it. I like it a lot. Of course marabou works great too, but I like the look of the Arctic fox, so we're going with Arctic fox. Next thing I'm doing is I'm going to my card here and I'm going to use the Straggle string. This one is in that hot pink. So we're just going to set it up there against it, tie it down, take her right back there to my tail, cover it all up, and then I'm gonna use my rotary tool here, and we're just going to wrap this forward. So I can wrap it forward pretty quickly with my rotary tool. That's why I like to use it. And keep them nice and tight, and you can see that straggle string just leaves a whole bunch of hairy little fibers out there. And then we tie it off. You can see very simple pattern, very quick tie, and it's going to have a lot of motion in the water. And with us selling these in the cards, you're going to have a lot of options to tie them with. You know, a lot of color options and color combinations. And the great thing is they're small, which fits right into my game plan for my style of fishing. And they're easy to tie. So give it a try, guys. You're going to like it. That's how it's going to ride into water. And it's going to catch fish. Alright guys, I told you that's a really simple pattern to tie, and it's a quick one. You can hammer them out and they catch fish. And you know, like I always say, mix up your colors, have a variety of colors in these, because it's just an all-around good pattern. It's if you tie it in the right color, you can make it look like a minnow, you know, fish it like a minnow, bounce it across the bottom, tie it in browns and stuff. It could be a crayfish imitation, a very small crayfish at the right time of the summer when all those babies are in the water. It's killer. I've done real well on Euro jigs late summer with browns. This one here, the one we just tied in pink, gonna be a stocky killer. You know, those wild or stock rainbows and stuff love the pink. Just have fun, mix it up. If you don't have Arctic fox fur and you have marabou, use marabou. I just wanted to show off the straggle string that we carry now from Semperfli. It's another one of their great products that we're carrying in the shop, and it's one that I fish. So have fun tying, guys. You know, if you have any questions, like always, holsingersflyshop@gmail.com goes directly to me. I'll be sure and happy to answer your questions. And until next week when I bring you another video, guys, I'm Sean Holsinger.